In the last video, we talked about how to solve two-step equations, and we had a little table here that showed us step-by-step instructions for how to do that. I'm going to walk you through those steps, but this is a great tool to help you on exit slips or other in-class practice activities that we do to come back and reference when you need it. So our directions up here say solve each equation, show all steps by keeping the equation balanced, check your solution. We know that we have to circle our variable term first, the term with the variable, which is x over 7, and draw a line through the equal sign, draw a little dashed line. Now I'm going to do the inverse of subtracting 2, and the inverse of subtracting 2 is adding 2. And if I do it to one side of the equal sign, I must do it to the other. So x over 7 equals 7 plus 2 is 9. The inverse of dividing by 7 is multiplying by 7, and if I do it to one side, then I must do it to the other. And then 7 and 7 cross reduce to leave me with x equals 9 times 7 is 63. Now, it's always a good idea to check your solution, so let's do 63 over 7 minus 2, and we want to know, does that equal 7? I'm okay if at this point you just kind of want to write it out and then check in your head. 63 divided by 7 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7, so 7 does equal 7. My answer checks, and x is equal to 63. On the next one, again, we're always going to draw a line through our equal sign. We're going to circle the term with the variable, and we're going to get rid of everything else that's next to it. So the inverse of plus 8 is minus 8. And if I do that on one side, then I must do it to the other. 8 minus 8 is 0, so those cancel out, and I'm left with n over 4 equals 15 minus 8 is 7. This looks just like lesson 2b for us. This looks just like the last lesson with one-step equations. N is being divided, and the inverse of division is multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4, and 4 times 7 is 28. And 4 and 4 cancel each other out here. 28 is equal to n. And so I have 15 equals 8 plus 28 over 4. I know that 28 over 4 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15, and so 15 does equal 15. My answer checks, and I'm good to go. Let's do one more before we stop this video and move to the next. I'm always going to draw a line through my equal sign. I'm going to circle my variable term, and then I'm going to use inverse operations to get rid of everything else. So the inverse of subtract 4 is add 4. I can add 4 to both sides here, and negative 4 and positive 4 cancel each other out, so I'm left with m over 9 equals 5 plus 4 is 9. Sometimes people want to do, they go, they get a little bit confused and they want to do 9 divided by 9 and say m is equal to 1. Don't get tricked on this. Remember that the inverse of division is multiply, so I've got to multiply both sides by 9. So that the 9 and 9 cancel each other out. And then m is not equal to 1, but 9 times 9 is 81. And that's where checking your answer is going to come in handy, because if you put 1 in and you have 1/9 minus 4, you know that's not 5, and so you would be able to fix your mistake. But we know that 81 divided by 9 is 9, and 9 minus 4 is 5. So my answer checks and makes sense that we have m equals 81.